Hi everybody, we're going to do a question and answer. So we're going to talk about the Model 6, which is our double-breasted model. I'm wearing one today. So this is a Model 6 suit, and it's characterized by a few things. So firstly, our Model 6 is what we call a 6x2 double-breasted. So what that means is that it's 6 buttons, buttoning in the middle. You might have also heard the term 6x1. That's actually a classic Cifanelli design. So 6x1 would mean you're buttoning at the bottom like this. You can, in theory, button a 6x2 as a 6x1. In our case, we do wear it like this sometimes, but it was originally designed really as a 6x2. You might have also heard the term 4x1, which was the old Duke of Windsor style. So 4x1 means no buttons here, just 4 here, and you would button down here, which is kind of an interesting style, a little more sporty, a little more casual, and you can request it from a lot of bespoke tailors as well. Alright. Design features on our Model 6. On the suit version, we do jetted pockets, so the line at the hips is a little bit trimmer. We do a little bit of a deeper overlap than most brands, because for us, like, the lapel is important, and we wanted our lapel on our double-breasted to be a little bit broader. So if you imagine like this was a shallow overlap, that line wouldn't be as long, whereas with a deeper overlap, it can be a little bit longer. Other thing we did, we added quite a lot of belly to the lapel. So belly refers to the curvature at this line here. If you imagine this lapel being straight, it would actually visually have a shorter line, whereas with the belly, you can kind of extend the amount of line that you're seeing here. Finally, as part of the lapel, what's happening here, so the meeting between the collar and the lapel, we like these lines to be kind of at about 45 degrees. Off the shoulder, away from the face. We just feel like it adds to the broadness in the upper body and just makes the whole thing feel a little more energetic. Okay, moving on. Let's look at the sport coat. So the sport coat model, typically we do with patch pockets. And one thing that we often get in the shop, a question that we often get in the shop is, how do you make the double-breasted sport coat more casual? Okay, so let's start with looking at it in a formal way, and then we'll step back into more and more casual. So a formal way would be blue shirt, silver tie, gray trousers, and then let's do this, pair of single monks. Right? Like this is an easy kind of, you would do this with a single-breasted blue blazer all day long. Same sort of idea. Okay? Now, notice the buttons, right? In this case, we're using dark brown horn buttons, which are arguably the most versatile. They don't stick out so much, but they do have a nice contrast to them. But what happens if we were to try to make this a little more like a smart casual thing without a tie? Well, we can do this. So we've got kind of a sporty button-down shirt in a red and blue stripe, a pair of stone-colored khakis. And this is where I think you could consider changing the buttons to, say, a mother of pearl. The mother of pearl just adds a little bit more color and contrast to it. So like Sam, if you just shift this way a little bit, you can kind of show people how iridescent those buttons are and how it kind of makes the outfit and the coat especially look a little bit more casual. That's another way to do it. Oh, and I would consider pairing that with something like that. Dark brown Jubilees, which is our Derby model. I, as many people know, am a fan of Americana, of Ivy style, and I think it would be fun to do the double-breasted also as like a casual jacket with jeans and a pair of suede tassel loafers. But I would actually change the buttons to brass buttons, like that. So it's got kind of like a club blazer quality to it, And I think that while the club blazer in theory should be quite formal, there's something kind of fun about having hardware on your clothing that makes it, if anything, a little bit more casual. Just as a fun aside, so these are actually solid brass buttons, and we got these from the last brass button maker in Japan, who has unfortunately retired since then. But they're beautifully made. We actually have them in the store on request if you ever need a set. Okay, so there we go. The Armoury Model 6 double-breasted. You can style it however you like, and you can do quite a lot with it. So don't be afraid of using your double-breasted coat as a sport coat as a casual option. Thanks for watching.